Hello, this is Frank Valby with Frank Presents, and today I have the great honor and privilege of having Heath Nisbett. Did I say that correctly, Heath?
You did, yep. Nisbett
That is
and Heath
wonderful.
like Heathcliff.
Heath, obviously you play guitar, and you're going to be part of what's called Porch Fest here in Franklin on June 1st.
Yes.
Whereabouts are you going to be playing, Heath?
Actually in front of my house, 14 Orchard Street. When you're going down Lincoln, you got the little red schoolhouse, and then turn right on Squire, and then Orchard's right in that little enclave there.
After the schoolhouse?
Actually, right at the schoolhouse, you got Squire Street right there, so you just turn right. Yeah, so you can't miss it.
Well, Maple Street is right there, and that's a left-hand turn.
Yeah. So
I don't ever remember a right-hand turn.
Yeah, well, maybe it's like just a little bit after Maple, and then you'll see Squire right before you get to Moore.
Okay.
Moore Street. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So you're going to be on your own porch and playing and.
Yeah. Well, we got a pretty small porch, so it's going to be more like a driveway-ish kind of setup. But yeah, it's
people can bring their lawn chairs and.
Yep.
Set up and watch and.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's the first. I believe it's the first year for Franklin doing a Porch Fest. So yeah. So I'm excited to share music and play and be part of the community in that way. It's kind of just a nice informal way to just have fun with your neighbors and community, and just a new way.
Heath, how did you grow musically?
It was kind of ingrained because my dad, he was a music professor at Colorado State University in Fort Collins, Colorado. He was there probably close to 40 years teaching piano, teaching music history. So I started playing piano at kind of early age, around 6. Played trumpet for a little while, and then wanted to play an instrument that my dad couldn't really tell me how to do, and the guitar was it. He didn't play guitar, so so I was like, I'm sorry, Dad, I'm gonna play guitar.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
So and just fell in love with music right away because of that. A lot of good memories going to great symphony orchestras with my parents. And then, also, I got into my own style of, listening to rock music, folk music, really anything. I like jazz quite a bit too. And then when I studied in college, I did study music. I studied, my main instrument was guitar, but I also studied music therapy. Music therapy, which is the therapeutic use of music to help, people in different ways, healing ways, so, you might, so you're not just performing a song, you're trying to get that person to maybe use that song to help them express themselves, perhaps. And it's kind of, music's used more as a tool, as a way to help people with different sort of health, goals and ways for them to express themselves, get better in some ways. So I did. So I studied that and worked in the field for a little while, doing music therapy and performing too, of course, and all that. So, yeah.
Colorado produced a great bluegrass group. Hot Rice.
Okay.
Hot Rice came out of Colorado, and they had their alter ego, Red Knuckles and the Trailblazers. But who else? John Denver wasn't out of Colorado, was he?
I don't know if he grew up in Colorado, but he did live there for quite some time.
Yeah.
He did, of course, I think he lived in Aspen, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and String Cheese Incident. I don't know if they're bluegrass, but they're like a jam band.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do some bluegrass as well. Tommy Bolin is a great guitarist that came out of Colorado, Boulder, you know, so yeah, you know.
So you were actually earning a living for a while after you graduated college
Right, right.
with a band or solo or.
I was doing like a lot of solo. I was with a band for a little while too, kind of more rock style.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that was fun. You know, like a lot of bands though, there's a lot of drama at times, and we lasted for about 5 years, but then we kind of disbanded, and I decided to kind of do my own thing, and it's easier just to play solo because you just do whatever you want to do. You don't have to worry about bandmates as much, you know. So
Great. Well, can you give us an introduction to your music? What would you like to play?
Sure. Yeah, I'll play a little. This is a original called "In My Mind," and he kind of uses a little bit of style of, you'll see a little bit of kind of flamenco-ish, but also combines like folk style too with it. And
now you're saying flamenco is like in Spanish. Flamingo guitar?
Yeah, exactly. Like the strumming pattern I use on it is a little more of like a rumba sort of feel. So yeah, you'll see. Do you want me to play the whole song?
Yeah.
Or just part of it?
No, the whole song.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole thing.
All right.
Unless it's an hour long.
No, I'm not going for that. I take the album and turn a page. Seeing a picture of one day. Warm breeze filters through my dream. Water glistening in the shade. Mother's arms holding on strong. Smiles that never seem too long. The faces look from the picture. Memories will never fade. Never look away of this perfect day. In my mind, in my heart, there is no time. In my mind, in my heart, in my head, there is no time. In my mind. Red and yellow leaves that would never fall. Open up into a sunlit hall. There's the two who would become one. I still taste her kiss upon my tongue. The faces look from the picture. Memories will never fade. never look away of this perfect day. In my mind, in my heart, there is no time. In my mind, in my heart, in my head, there is no time.
That's great. That's great. When did you write that
Thank
one?
you. Oh, wow. I wrote this, has to be, I want to say it was probably a good 10 years ago now.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
thinking, yeah, I always had the chords and the melody, but actually come up with the lyrics and all that.
Yeah.
That's sometimes it hits me a little bit later. Sometimes when I write a song, you know.
Do you actually play flamenco guitar though? The Spanish.
I do. Yeah.
I can remember being in Spain, and I guess it was the capital city,
Madrid.
Madrid.
Is it Madrid?
I gather, and went to a concert where the man happened to be playing the flamenco style, and the woman was doing the flamenco dancing style.
Oh, beautiful.
Together.
Yeah.
What a wonderful evening.
Yeah. I caught Tomatito playing at the Berkeley Performance Center. Probably one of the premier flamenco guitarists out there.
Oh.
And
It's a beautiful style to listen to.
It is.
To be in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those styles. Like I'm still learning. I'm definitely not an expert on it, but it keeps me. It's just such a energetic, beautiful style that it's something I'm constantly working on.
Well, I hope on June 1st at Porch Fest you'll do at least one tune in that style.
Oh yeah.
That would be wonderful.
Sure. I can play a little something today if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
For my next song.
Why don't you play one now?
All right.
Let's, instead of teasing the people, we'll let them hear a great style you don't hear very often.
Sure. Well, this is a song, I think, if you've heard flamenco, it's been done in a lot of different ways. It's called Malagueña. And anyways, this is a very early, one of the more popular flamencos.
Great, phenomenal.
A short
That
version
is
of it.
that is wonderful.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, the guitar you said is a classical guitar.
Yeah.
What's the difference about a classical guitar?
So classical guitar, the biggest thing is it's nylon strings rather than steel strings, like you'll find on other guitars. The body shape too is different than like the normal dreadnought you'll see. The neck has a little bit more width to it, a little wider. And the wood too. This is more rosewood back and sides. You don't see that quite as much in other types of guitars. Maybe some acoustics, but yeah. But it's all really about the shape, the strings, and the width. Like if you're gonna play a regular, like say, acoustic guitar, you'd feel a little awkward on this. So
I'm familiar with the name of Gibson as making guitars.
yeah.
But you said this company is what that makes this?
This is Alvarez.
Okay.
Alvarez is out of, I believe it's out of Spain, but this one was made in Japan. But this was made in Japan. This is like from the I believe it was 1986, and it was so it's a. It's a great guitar. I mean, it's one of my favorites as far as playability goes. And
How many different ones do you have?
Do I have?
Yeah.
I have. Let's see. I have like 3 classical guitars. I have one a Taylor like steel string guitar, and then I have 3 electrics. My favorite one I play as far as electric is my Ibanez Artist guitar, which is sounds a little like a Gibson Les Paul, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that sound, Gibson Les Paul.
Yeah.
I love that sound.
So yeah, so it's but this is usually if I'm gonna pick up a guitar and play something, it's usually a nylon string guitar. Yeah.
Another type of guitar music that is probably people aren't familiar with, but I just enjoy, is Hawaiian steel string guitar, a slacky. Hawaiian slacky
Yeah.
guitar. I was in Maui, and outside of where we were staying, there was like a little restaurant, and in the evening, a place would fellow would play a slacky guitar.
Oh, nice.
And up in Lawrence, Mass, they have the folk festival in July, and Led Carpana came and played slacky guitar, and boy, that sound is just so. Talk about therapy.
Right.
I mean, that is the type of
Yeah.
guitar music I would think a lot of therapy sessions would
Yeah.
include.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really played that type of guitar myself.
Yeah.
But I'd love to try it. Yeah.
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 Well,
Listen to it too.
and there's a particular song called Black Sands, and I think it's by Led Carpana. That
Okay.
if you ever hear it, it's really so smoothing and so great just to listen to.
Okay. Oh, nice.
It's
Nice.
wonderful.
Yeah. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, so music. What draws you to music? I mean, obviously your father had an influence, but there's got to be something else that draws people to want to learn to play and to
Yeah.
write and to.
I think it's just, it's just, I never have been a really expressive, like some people are very expressive, say like in how they talk or write. and I've always been a little more on the quiet side as far as that goes. But music is kind of a new way to express yourself, where you can let go and not feel like you're in not a safe place, but you're just you feel comfortable expressing yourself that way rather than some people do that wonderfully with write poems or art is another form. So yeah, it's just another great way to express yourself that I think a lot of people are drawn to. And it's also a time machine too, because you'll listen to a song from, say, like when you were in high school, and you listen to just that verse or that chorus, and it brings you back all of a sudden, like just like that, same feelings you might have had listening to that for the first time, that song.
Well, my theory is that young girls around the age of 11 or 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever is musically popular at that time, they will know all the lyrics in the song.
Right.
And that period will always stay with them.
Yeah.
Boys, I think it's more around 13 or 14.
Yeah.
They're just getting into high school, and for some reason, musically, that's a period that they really become involved in.
Yeah,
so
good point.
Can we have something else musically that you would like to share?
Yeah, sure. I will play. This is an instrumental. This is another song that I wrote. It's a song I wrote about. It was during during COVID, and I don't know if you remember when the skies there were no planes actually flying, and so you could actually look up the sky and like all you saw were like birds and stuff. Anyways, I saw a bunch of geese just like way off, a huge group of them, and it kind of inspired this song called Wild Geese That Fly. I call it.
If you want to see wild geese, go to the Hopkins State Park, and now their babies are just born, and you might even get to see the young Canadian geese up there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring my guitar and
so
play.
So this is the wild
geese that fly.
The wild geese that fly.
Yeah, so you have to switch.
In formation. Wonderful. What wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, what would you like to talk about musically or Porch Fest? Is there any particular thoughts you have about what this event is going to be like?
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just it's a great way just to get all the musicians together in Franklin in a fun way, and for people to just be coming out and hanging out and seeing like all styles of music. And so, I'll be playing some of my stuff, but I'll be playing covers as well, and then my daughter, she's gonna be playing after me and doing some of her music. So. I think it's going to be a great time, and fingers crossed on the weather.
Yeah.
I know how it gets, it seems like whenever there's something.
It could be postponed to Sunday, June 2nd.
Yeah. So, so hopefully, one of those days will be really nice for everybody to get out.
What does your daughter play?
She's, so she does, her singing's her main instrument, voice, but she's plays piano too and guitar. She was doing violin, not as much anymore, but but she's she goes to Bridgewater State University and studies music there. So,
oh, does she?
Yeah. So
a good school.
They have a great music program there. Very good. Very more classical based.
Okay.
Really nice.
Right.
Yeah, really nice program.
Yeah.
So
that is great.
Yeah.
Well, to close this off, do you have another song you wrote?
Sure. I'll just let's see. I'll play a little. It's a nice called Vashon Dream.
Thank you, Heath. The can you give us again the date and how we get to your house, and if people want to reach you, how can they do that?
Yeah. So I'll be at 14 Orchard Street, and I believe I'm playing 4 to 5 on the schedule. Again, it's just 14 Orchard Street is just going down Lincoln, past Maple, past the little red schoolhouse, and then look to your right, you'll see Squire Street. And our neighbor right there is gonna also have a stage set up for some bands too. So you'll see them playing, and then when you enter our neighborhood, you'll see Orchard Street right there. So really easy to find. Yeah.
And if people want to reach you, how could they do that?
I have a website, so if you just look, like you Google my name, Heath, Heath, and then Nisbett, Nisbett. You'll see my website should pop up.
All right.
And
Do you have recorded music or albums out?
I do more on the very do-it-yourself level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have some music on SoundCloud, and then on my website as well. I have quite a few recordings you can listen to as well. Yeah.
And SoundCloud's a great place to listen to music because I have 300 programs on SoundCloud.
There you go, right? You
go
put whatever...
right there. Thank you, Heath
All right.
Nisbett, for coming in.
My
Look
pleasure.
forward to seeing you on June 1st here in the great town of Franklin, where it's amazing. All this wonderful talent. Probably you didn't even know all the people that played music until they came out with a schedule.
I know, it's great, right? I know, it's fabulous. It really shows you just the love of music here and all the talent.
It is.
So.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
All right.
This program was made possible by your Franklin friends and neighbors, good folks just like you. Thanks for supporting Franklin TV. And thanks for watching.